Hi, ladies. I wanted to talk to you today about Facebook parties and what you can do to get the most out of them. The most important thing is having a hostess who's really involved in the party and really wants to earn some fabulous rewards. The hostess is going to be the key to your parties. If you have a hostess that just sits back and expects you to do all the work, then you're probably not going to have a successful party. Hostess coaching is the key to Facebook parties. If your hostess doesn't want to do anything, you're just not going to have a lot of sales. So what I usually do with my hostesses is I send them a packet. The best thing I do if my hostess isn't local is I just use one of the small flat rate boxes you get from the post office. They're $5.95 to send, and I send all my hostesses about usually 2 or 3 catalogs so they can get outside sales. They can take them to work, they can take them to church, they can show them to any of their friends that aren't on Facebook. So you want to give them a few order forms too, a host join brochure. I send them samples so that they can give them out to their friends. Now this is fantastic too, because what I do is early on in your party you want to tell anybody, if you haven't tried Jamberry yet, take a sample and try it, because if you haven't tried it, you're probably not going to buy the product because you're skeptical. A lot of people don't want to buy things they haven't tried. These bags are fantastic. I've got these at Walmart in their jewelry section. They're perfect for putting samples in, business cards in. I think I got 200 for like $3. So these are fantastic bags. You can put samples in, business cards in. I usually send about 15 samples or so. It's great because then I don't have to send out as many samples. In my party, I can say, see your hostess, she's got samples, and she can hand them out, saves me postage, and then they go see hers. So it's absolutely wonderful. So I just fold everything up, put it right in the box, mail it to my hostess, and I also include a letter for her. And what I include in that letter is a list of things I expect from her during the party. I expect her to participate. I expect her to tag her friends in posts. When I post things, if she sees something that's relevant to one of her friends, tag her friend in the post. I tell her, I'm excited for you. I can't wait to have this party for you. It's going to be fun. We're going to play games. This is how I run my party. I'm going to be in constant communication with you. I tell her, these are the games we're going to play. This is what to expect, but I need your help. And I let her know I can't do this on my own. So this is what we're going to do, and this is how it's going to work. And I find that it's really successful. A lot of hostesses, they don't know what to expect. They've never done this before. So it kind of lets them know what they need to do on their end to help out. And I think that they really like that. It's a nice personalized letter. I put their name at the top. I let them know, what's coming, what's going to happen, the rewards that they can get, things like that, and it seems to go over really well. Once you've got all that set, I like to run my parties for 10 days. That's just how I do things. I always try to include 2 Fridays in my party. Now, I like to do it that way because some people get paid every 2 weeks. So that includes those people. That way, if they don't get paid on the first Friday, they get paid on the second Friday. Sorry, I'm cheating. I made a little list here so I can make sure I covered everything. The biggest thing you want to do is get your hostess excited. If she's not excited, if she doesn't care, you're probably not going to have a successful party. Once your party starts, the biggest thing you want to do is stay in contact with your hostess. I check in with my hostess every single day, and if not every day, every other day. I update her with party totals. I ask her if she's having fun. I have her post on her personal Facebook page to say, hey, we're playing a game tonight. Join my party. Stop in. This is going to be the giveaway. Or you're missing out on my party. Come check it out. Things like that. And I also make sure I update her on where her sales are. Hey, you're at $200 right now. So far you're getting $20 in product credit, a free sheet, $50 more and you're going to get a hostess exclusive wrap. So this is where you are. Let's see if we can get, $50 more to get you there. And then once we hit that level, let's see if we can get you to the next level. Keeping your hostess motivated is the best thing that you can do. When you're doing a party, always try to do an event, not a group. I think that's very important. Groups are hard to do because people have to join the group. And I don't know about you, I don't like to be added to groups that I don't want to be added to. So I think it's always very important. You know, things just start popping up in your news feed and you're like, how did this get here? I don't want to be in this group. So I think it's always important to give people the choice whether or not they want to join something. So that's a personal preference of mine. Your hostess may insist on a group, but I think you should always encourage her to choose an event so that people have the choice whether or not they want to join. Once your party also gets started, be sure to update the date every single day. That way people are seeing your posts. That's also another very important thing. When you're doing your posts, try not to ramble. I'm a rambler, you know that. But try to keep your posts concise, state the facts, post a picture with almost every single post if you can, and then just let it ride. If people are commenting, be sure to comment back. Try to acknowledge every single person's post. Even if you just like it, or say, yep, I like that too, or hey, that's really cool. Try to acknowledge every single person's post. Make them feel important. Get to know your guests. That's another very important thing. I do this with all my hostesses every single party. I think it's very important. I ask my hostesses before my party and as people are joining, tell me about your guests. Tell me about your friends. Are they party girls? Are they stay-at-home moms? Do most of them work? Are they more relaxed? Are they more sedate? What kind of girls are in the party? Because this sets a tone for you to follow. Can you be more playful? Should you pull back? Can you joke around with these girls? Should you not? These are all important things. And especially are they stay-at-home moms or are they more working moms? Because then you know when you should do the bulk of your posting. If most of them are stay-at-home moms, you know that you can post games during the day to keep them engaged. But if 90% of them are working moms, then you want to do the bulk of your posting and your games at nighttime. So all of that is very important. When people are making purchases, thank them. Don't just say, hey, Susie, thanks for your purchase. Validate their purchase. Hey, Susie, I love those wraps that you bought. Those are some of my favorites. Don't just put up a thank you post and say, thanks for your purchase, Susie. That's not acknowledging her. It's acknowledging her purchase, but you know what? That's just like taking their money and saying, gee, thanks, have a nice day. That's impersonal. It's like going to the gas station buying a soda. Make it a personal transaction. I think that's very, very important. Now keep in mind when you do that though, that some people are out there that don't like people to know how much money they've spent. So if somebody buys that all-in-one package where they get the 4 wraps, the heater, and the application kit, and they've spent $84, they might not want people to know that they just spent $90 on wraps. So let's say, hey, Susie, I think it's awesome that you just spent $90 in this party. Just acknowledge the fact that, hey, I love that wrap that you bought, or you're going to love the lacquer. Acknowledge and validate their purchase. I think making it a more personal shopping experience is very important. Don't just throw up a thank you post and tag their name in it. Make it personal. When you're offering incentives, buying incentives, and even when you're playing games and offering rewards, make sure that you can validate it. Make sure that you're not spending more and losing money on your prizes. We all have wraps. We all earn them from hosting our own parties. But you don't want to be losing money. That's very, very, very important. Okay? So don't be offering a buy 3, get 2 free. So you're spending $15 or $10.50 after your commission on those wraps. You've only had 2 people buy from your party. That's crazy. You're losing money. okay? Don't do it. For little things. An accent sheet, those come with your kit, okay? Accent sheets are great prizes. One or two, they're fantastic. You know, make a buy three, get one free purchase and get a free accent sheet. It's the perfect prize, okay? It's great, you know. The first 30 people to join the party are entered to win a free accent sheet. Free is free, okay? They love free. They don't care if you're sending them a penny if it's free, okay? So think about accent sheets. Petty packs. Petty packs are great, okay? You can print these out 4 on a sheet. They just get the biggest 2 wraps. I don't know about you guys. I use lacquer on my toes 9 times out of 10. I don't ever use my petty wraps. Now that summer's coming, I probably will more. I have a ton of petty wraps left over. Okay, these are nothing to print these out and give petty packs as a prize. It's fantastic. So petty packs are a fantastic prize. You can use these. The first, everybody that does a buy 3 get 1 free over the weekend will be entered to win a petty pack. Great prize incentive. Okay, these are fantastic. So just the biggest 2 wraps on the end of a sheet, and it's a great prize. If you want to do it for a weekend, everybody that does a buy 3 get 1 free gets a mani, a mani sheet, and that's the half a wrap minus the biggest 2, because this is the half a sheet, this is the sheet minus the biggest 2 wraps. That's a great prize too. Another thing that I've, started doing probably in the past month or so is a bag. These are my little Walmart bags again of miscellaneous accent wraps, and these are just simply their samples, and then they're also leftover wraps from when I do my nails. Okay, I don't ever use the smallest wrap, and then sometimes I just do, I do like a mix mania. I'll use a couple wraps off different sheets, and these are just leftover random wraps, and I probably have about 9 or 10 little accents in there, and I just throw them in a little bag, and that'll be a prize. Okay, all great, fantastic little things that cost you very little. So keep that in mind. Don't be spending more on your prizes than what you're making. That's huge. If you have a fantastic party, it's the very last weekend, you've got like $300, $350 in sales, you've still got like maybe 5, 6 people that haven't bought yet, by all means, your last weekend, I usually do Thursday through Sunday, the last few days. Everybody that does a buy 3 get 1 free gets entered to win a heater or application kit. That's my big buying incentive my last weekend in my parties. It's usually great. There's still a couple people that are sitting on the fence. They want to buy, but they haven't bought. They're not really sure. You place a buy 3 get 1 free, you get entered to win a heater or application kit. Their choice. And a lot of times it'll push somebody off the fence. They'll make a purchase, and that last, $20, $19 in sales will push the hostess maybe up to her next level. So that's, really a good idea. But you want to make sure that, what you're giving out in prizes is justified. Do not spend more on prizes than what you're making, because that's a big no-no. That's a really easy way to lose money. All right, when you're doing your postings in your parties, I personally like to stick to one topic every day. My first day is, what is Jamberry? Talk about Jamberry, what's the company? You tell the little story about the sisters. Who am I? These are what Jamberry wraps are. Here's the diagram. This is what you get. You get your 2 manis, your 2 petties. Here's the diagram. Here's how it works. The next day, I'll talk a little bit about application. Here's our heater. Here's our application kit. This is how you apply them. Then I'll spend a day talking about lacquers and lacquer remover. This is why it's so fantastic. The next day, I'll talk about juniors. I'll spend a whole day talking about juniors. This is why they're great. They're non-toxic. This is what they look like compared to the adult size wraps. The next day, I'll spend a day talking about the specials. This is your style exclusive, style box, any specials that are going on right now. I might look at Muddy Girl and the Mother's Day boxes. Around the holidays, I'd focus on the Halloween wraps or things like that. Um, I'll spend a day on the collegiate, the sorority, and NAS. I'll spend a day, talking about things like that. The last day of my party, I talk about application tips and tricks. The flat iron, using the tape method to size your wraps, the different methods. I'll post a ton of application tips. I usually spend the whole day doing that because at that point, anybody that's ordered early in the party is probably just starting to get their orders, or anybody that has ordered late is thinking, well, I don't know, maybe I don't want to get them because they're going to be hard to apply. This is fantastic because any fence sitters are still thinking about it, and they're going to say, wow, she knows what she's talking about. So if I have any trouble, I've got all of this to reference from, and I know she's going to help me. And you also want to spend time, obviously sprinkled in there, playing games. Choose a night. I usually do 1 or 2 live games. I'll play bingo one night, or I'll play Jeopardy one night. And when I have them live, playing a game, immediately after, I'll do a live Q&A. We'll play bingo, and I'll say, as soon as we're done, I'll say, okay, ladies, while everybody's here live, does anybody have any questions for me? You've got them there already. They're relaxed. They're having fun. Grab them. Ask them then, do you have any questions? And generally, they'll ask questions because they're relaxed. They just have fun. And they're open. They're having conversation because usually when they're playing a game, they're chit-chatting with each other while they're playing. And that's the best time to get them. So, and I also always, scatter throughout my party, talk about my why, talk about joining, talk about hosting a party, and things like that. So you want to put that scattered all throughout your party. Not too much, because I don't think you want to hammer it in, but you do want to scatter it throughout your party. So when you close your party, you always want to say thank you. Obviously, you're thanking them for making the purchases, but you want to say thank you. I've had so much fun with you. The fun doesn't have to end. You can book a party with me, and we can keep the fun going. Okay? So you don't want the fun to stop. Let's keep it going. Who's going to book a party? And we'll switch right over into that party, and we'll have more fun right away. It doesn't have to stop. So I think that's really important. Okay? This has been fun. Let's keep going. Who else wants to do this now? Okay? After your party is completely closed, obviously you want to follow up with your hostess, make sure she had fun, redeem her rewards, and all of that. About 2 weeks after my party's closed, I send thank you cards to every single person that purchased in the party. Every single person, whether they bought one sheet, they bought $100 worth of product, I send a thank you card. And I bought a box of thank you cards. These were $7.50. They were on clearance. They were normally $15. I got these at Office Max. There were 50 of them. It's just a plain blank thank you card, nothing inside. And I make sure you personalize them. Don't just write, thanks for buying from my party, Kim. Dear Susie, thank you so much for buying wraps from Mary's party. I hope you had fun. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'd love to book a party with you and help you earn some wraps for free too. Throw in a business card, sign your name, address it. Their address is obviously right in your orders. Throw a stamp on it and drop it in the mail. It's easy. It takes, half an hour out of your day, one day, 2 weeks after the party's over, and, you never know. They might want to book a party, especially if they bought some stuff. Make sure you're personalizing everything that you do. I think that's really key. You need to make each individual person feel special. You're going to validate them when they join the party. Welcome to the party. When they make a purchase, Oh, you're going to be so excited, Mary, that you bought those wraps because they're gorgeous. That's one of my favorite wraps. You're going to love what you ordered, and then in your thank you again. Thank you so much, Mary. I hope you love your wraps. I'd love to book a party with you. You know, are you enjoying the Savannah Sparkle wraps that you bought, Mary? You know, personalize everything that you do. Validate every single person in your party. And that, I think, is really the key. You need to connect with your customers or you're not going to be successful. I think really that's the most important thing. And that's what I found works the best in my Facebook parties. And I really think that without connecting with your customers, that's where the biggest failure comes in with Facebook parties, is that you're not validating people. And it's just become a script, and I don't know what the word I want is. It's just mechanical. A lot of consultants, I think, they can hop onto Facebook, just type a post, and expect people to just make a purchase. And they're not personalizing it, and they're just following this set pattern of Facebook. And I'm going to post, people are going to reply. I'm going to post, and people are going to reply. I'm going to post, and people are going to buy. But I don't think that's how it works. And I think there was one of the tag team ladies that I saw in a video recently, and I said, oh my God, that's what I do. And it was like a little light bulb went on over my head, and I was like, did she steal that from me, or did I steal that from her? Because I thought it was really funny. I was like, that's what I'm doing. And maybe that's why it's working, because it was the same ideas. And I just thought, oh my God, that's so fantastic. Maybe I am doing this right after all. So I think that those are really the key successes to Facebook parties. And maybe that's why I'm so successful at them. I mean, that's not a pat on the back, but I think that's really the key, is you need to connect with your hostess. You need to know your guests, because I think that if you have those two things behind you, it doesn't matter what you're posting. What matters is that you're building the connection. And that's what's going to make the sales. It's not what you say, it's how you say it to people. So it doesn't matter if you're face to face. It doesn't matter if you're on Facebook. It doesn't matter if you're on the phone. It's not it's not about all the other stuff, but it's about the connections that you make. So I think that's the most important thing. So if you focus on those things, it's about the product and the way you're presenting the product to people, in the way you're speaking to them, in building those connections. So those are the most important things you need to work on. And I hope this is a little bit helpful. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. That's what I'm here for. So hopefully this is good for you guys. Thanks.